All right. In the debate the other night, Donald Trump went to talking about something, about what was going on in Springfield, Ohio, with those Haitian people that came in, and the things they're doing to animals, things of that nature. I just want to make people understand something about this. He was doing it to bring attention to a bad situation there. Because you notice people didn't get angry until somebody said something about somebody killing people's pets. In Haiti, the official language of that country is Voodoo. They're pagan and devil worshippers. Witchcraft and Voodoo is their big thing down there. I submit to you that Kamala Harris comes from a country where they do the same thing, and she, I imagine, feels a bond of kinship with them. Let's see what was said.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came.
Now, if you notice, she just laughed about that, like it was nothing. Okay. All right, let's see what the people of Springfield had to say about it.
I want to believe what I'm about to tell you, but after researching, looking into it in Ohio, I actually have people out in Ohio. It turns out that there is accuracy to this story. So Springfield is a small town in Ohio. 4 years ago, it had about 60,000 residents. Under Harris and Biden, 20,000 Haitian immigrants were shipped to Springfield, Ohio. The Haitians, and I'm not saying all of them, but some of them are literally like going to parks, you know, how we feed the ducks or whatever. They are taking ducks and cutting their heads off and taking them home to eat them, to cook them and eat them. There was a neighbor that was missing her cat. She couldn't find her cat. One day she came home from work. As soon as she stepped out of her car, looked towards a neighbor's house where Haitians lived, and saw her cat hanging from a branch, like you do, like a deer when you're field dressing or butchering, and they were carving the cat up to eat. They've been doing this to dogs. They've been doing it at Snyder Park with the ducks and the geese.
It appears that the people in Haiti seem to think that this is really happening. She's not the only one. This is a man from Jamaica. He has personal knowledge about what this is about. Let's see what he has to say.
Let me tell you something about these people. Not only are they harvesting cats for food, but also for witchcraft purposes, voodoo purposes. Understand this. If you don't want to take my word for it, go out there, meet a Haitian, talk to them about it. This is not something they aren't proud of. It's their culture.
I'll take it one further than that. It's their religion. This is their religion. They're not ashamed of it.
They eat these animals and they use the blood and bones of these animals for voodoo and witchcraft purposes. This is not a joke. The fact that they are here illegally, Kamala did say she gave them a temporary protection, over 100,000 of them. But here's the thing, for good luck purposes, they will harvest cats. They will use the blood and the bone of these cats. They consume these things because they believe it brings good luck. Talk to them about it. This is not something they aren't proud of. It's their culture. They eat these animals and they use the blood and bones of these animals for voodoo and witchcraft purposes.
You know, He talks about the number of them. She said she brought in 55,000 of them, and then at a later date extended protection to 100,000 more. But that's old news. Apparently now, according to Jesse Waters, the number's over 300,000. And funnily enough, they're not, I don't think you could really call them illegal migrants. They were given an amnesty, temporary protection. So when you see things in the news about them saying a woman from Ohio did so-and-so, they're talking about these Haitian people they brought in. Think on that.
This is not a joke. The fact that they are here illegally, Kamala did say she gave them a temporary protection, over 100,000 of them. But here's the thing. For good luck purposes, they will harvest cats. They will use the blood and the bone of these cats. They consume these things because they believe it brings good luck and good juju. This is not a joke. It's a fact. This is their culture. This is what they believe. They will die on a hill on this belief. Like I said, meet a Haitian, talk to them about it. This is not something I'm guessing. This is something I am telling you. I've had conversation with these people. I know of plenty of these people who, in Jamaica, where I am from, they have a great relationship with wrongdoers in Jamaica. These people they trade good, well, not mine, but our Jamaican good ganja for weed, for cocaina, and for pew-pews. And every single move they make, they perform their rituals, which they believe after these rituals, they will not get touched, they will not get caught by the police or by law enforcement, Coast Guard.
How about that? How about that? You know, there was a lot of issues going on there that nobody wanted to talk about. The fact that their public assistance is about to go broke, that they're being overburdened with people. There's homeless people there in Springfield because the federal government pays $800 a month on top of what their normal rent would be. And it's pushed everybody's rent up and making it to where they can't even get an apartment or home. Let's see what some of these people in Ohio have to say about that.
No fucking safe here, bro. Like, everyone on TikTok, on Facebook, making these jokes to get everything's fucking funny. Like, imagine you being homeless for a whole fucking year for no fucking reason. Like, what the fuck? This shit is not fun. This shit is not cool, bro. They really out here decapitating animals and y'all are making jokes out of it. Imagine if you went outside and you saw your dog's head decapitated on the fucking ground. Like, why are y'all thinking this shit's a joke? It's not a joke. I don't feel comfortable walking anywhere. Like, what the fuck? I should be able to feel safe in my own city. Everybody's fucking homeless out here. Ain't shit but fucking scary ass Haitians is lurking and creeping and shit. Y'all thinking this shit's motherfucking funny? I keep making this shit up. It's not made up, bro. This shit is real life. This shit is really fucking safe here.
The presidential debate last night was the biggest load of bullshit that I have seen in a very, very, very long time. I think it's pretty damn obvious why Kamala Harris insisted upon having the debate on ABC. Because those motherfuckers were biased as fuck. And it wasn't enough for her to have the debate on a biased news channel with the assistance of 2 fucking moderators. This unscrupulous heifer still had to find a fucking way to cheat. Look at her earring. Look at that shit. Does this shit look familiar? Yeah, it's an audio earring. Here's another clip of it. So not only was it 3 against 1 on a biased channel, but she also had to have the assistance of an earpiece. So someone was telling her what the fuck to say. And for the record, the migrants, the Haitian migrants, are in fact eating the animals. So let's not pretend that Trump is saying some crazy ass shit. And for a party that claims to be so fucking woke, the media is manipulating your ass and you're fucking falling for it. When the migrants land on your front doorstep, don't complain. When groceries and rent get so high that you can't afford to shelter or feed your family, don't complain. Don't say shit. This is what you fucking wanted. You want to fight for a woman's right to choose, but you can't even fucking define what the fuck a woman is. At this point, everybody is pretty decided. I don't think there's many undecided voters out there. So let's take this motherfucking thing to the goddamn polls. Because I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of pissed off Kamala supporters come November.
Let's make no mistake about it. They're bringing in people from all over the place. It ain't just hate. They're bringing in people from other cultures that they know are going to be disruptive, and they want them to be disruptive. I want everybody to think about this. When you bring in people of that sort, you have a clash of culture. And I'm going to show you a little bit about what their culture's like. There used to be a picture up a year or so ago where they stomped a woman to death because they said she was committing child sacrifice, and then burned her. But here's something they do all the time. You see them trying to chop that man up with a machete? He's fighting 3 of them, trying to chop him up with a machete. I'm pretty sure he ain't enjoying that cultural enrichment. And I don't think anybody else in this country is going to enjoy that kind of cultural enrichment. Here's you another little piece of cultural enrichment that I don't really think that people here in America is going to enjoy.
Y miren, miren lo último que pude ver.
Do you see that? That's rats being cooked on a rotisserie in New York City. It looked like they worried too much about the climate with them out there burning that wood, roasting rats. I don't remember any of us voting for that. I really don't. Remember I said how they, are there supposedly legally? So they call them citizens of Ohio or a person from Ohio. This is from a little further, outside of that town into another town. I think it's about 20, 30 minutes away from there. But check this out. They didn't have any reports of this, right? Okay, let's see. Let's see what they got.
So you have a right to remain silent on anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney if you can't afford one, won't be appointed to you at state's expense. You have a right to have that attorney present during any questioning. You have a right to stop answering any questions once they begin. Do you understand your rights? Do you understand? Smile for me. Smile with people. Go like this. Did you eat that cat? Did you eat it? No, why'd you kill it? Get in there. It's ridiculous.
How about that? Looked like she was eating somebody's cat. You ready for that cultural
Did you
enrichment?
guys see all this? Did you see her eating it? She was eating it?
That was an affirmative. They said yes. How about that? You know, I could go on and on and on and on about a bunch of this stuff. But here's one more thing I think you might be interested in.
You think the town's taking care of their local residents that were here first and foremost?
Oh no, hell no. I've been trying to get a just a simple Medicaid card since June. They took me off of, I'm a vet. They took me off of the disability and made me start paying for my own disability. They so backed up in there. They didn't ask me for the same information 3 times, and I done gave it to them 3 times, and they still sending me the same letters. So it's frustrating.
Is anybody okay with this?
For back along, probably pushing 2 hours.
Is there a separation between French speakers, English speakers?
It's all one. They would just have interpreters that hop between windows as they come up.
Got it.
So,
Makes sense.
yeah. We tried the split line for a while. It ended up being less efficient for everybody.
Got it.
Yeah.
What do you think the split is between new Haitians that have come in here
And
Springfieldian OGs?
I don't know too much about all.
Observationally, what have you seen?
9 to 1 easy.
9 to 1.
Yeah, it seems like for most part.
9 to 1. Those are people going there to get assistance. That was a veteran that's disabled, trying to get his assistance back that he's been put off of because of these people. I don't understand people's level of comfort with this also. And I got something more interesting here that I think you might want to take a look at. Let's see what Kamala has to say.
So I'm the only person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. And let me say that the United States Congress, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Senate, came up with a border security bill, which I supported. And that bill would have put 1,500 more border agents on the border to help those folks who are working there right now overtime, trying to do their job. It would have allowed us to stem the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States. I know there are so many families watching tonight who have been personally affected by the surge of fentanyl in our country. That bill would have put more resources to allow us to prosecute transnational criminal organizations for trafficking in guns, drugs, and human beings. But you know what happened to that bill? Donald Trump got on the phone, called up some folks in Congress and said, kill the bill. And you know why? Because he preferred.
Actually, I do know why. I do know why he did that. Because all they were going to do with that bill, and let's say another thing, those so-called conservatives that were going to sign that bill is because they'd made a deal with the Democrats, thinking they was going to get it to where only American citizens could vote, if you remember right. And he said, no, we're not going to trade that. But you've given them basically a blank check to go down there and hire thousands more people to fill out paperwork, to import these people and complete the smuggling process of bringing them into our country and using that money to relocate them to other towns. That's what that was about. They weren't going to use that money to hire more enforcement agents for ICE that was going to stop people from crossing the border. No, they were going to use it to hire people to fill out more paperwork and to ship more people into our country. And he said, no, we're not going to do that. That's what we're not going to do. And just so you know, it's not that I don't have a heart for people that have lost loved ones to fentanyl, because I myself lost a nephew that I raised like a son to fentanyl. I'm very angry about it. I make no bones about it. I'm angry about it. What I'm more angry about is them standing up there and saying, we had a bill to fix the border. Yeah, fix it. Fix it in her definition of fixing it. See, her definition of fixing it is it being wide open and it's bringing more people in every day. More people, not less. Our definition of fixing the border is shutting the border down. They could have done that at any time. Just like Donald Trump said in that debate, the only thing that he said wrong is he called it a bill. It's not a bill, it's an executive order. The president has plenary authority to shut the border entirely if he wants to, at any time he wants to, for any reason he wants to. All he has to do is say, I think it's a matter of national security, and I'm shutting the border. And there ain't nothing that Congress or the courts can do about it, because he has plenary authority over our border. See, Joe Biden could have stopped this. Matter of fact, Donald Trump had already stopped it with those executive orders. He came in and wrote an executive order overturning it, and she was all for it. Then he put her over the border, and she continued allowing more and more and more and more people. So don't let this woman lie to you. Don't let this woman lie to you and say he stopped her from fixing the border surges. No, he didn't. He stopped her from letting more of them through to be turned loose into our country. That's what he did. Let's get that straight now. And here's one more little thing for you to look at. One more little treat to look at. This is a picture of Haitians sacrificing a goat in a voodoo ritual. Voodoo rituals are often used as an excuse to get high on mushrooms, says Rafael Trujillo, and supposedly talk to spirits. What usually happens is that they get high and sexually assault the vulnerable people and blame it on spirits. You know, these people torture those animals before they kill them and drink their blood. And you all know what that is. This is it's the very epitome of lying in every way possible. Everything that woman said was either a straight up lie, or she completely evaded the question and made a personal attack. And even when she did say something that was kind of true, like, well, no states have passed a law making it legal to kill a baby after 9 months after birth. While that's true, as far as I know, that no state has passed that law. But I am aware that 4 states have bills being debated in their state house to do that very thing, and she knows it. And now you do too. Let's spread it around. If you got comments about what I said, tell me about it in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. Think I'm wrong about something, tell me. I'll be more than happy to look at it. But I'll just be blunt with you, I don't think I'm wrong. I've seen too much. It's all over the place. But see, nobody wants to look. Y'all have a good one.